Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Alfredo with Real Talk, and today I actually have a special guest here with me today. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about how we run into this. Social media obviously has been very influential nowadays with growing businesses, right? And how you show your business. I mean, maybe not so much nowadays paying for advertising and stuff like that, but just doing content that will help you grow your business, that will attract people to your door, to your business. And today I have somebody here that I decided to reach out and because I like the product. Obviously, she attracted me to the business. I went to the business. I tried the product. I loved it. And I reached out because, I felt that she had something to talk about, something that will probably inspire you. So today I have Daniela with Dip by D. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Superstar in TikTok, obviously.
Oh, I'm trying to be.
And she does not dance, so I'm going to tell you that. She does not dance.
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing some of the goodies.
Yes.
These are some of the stuff that you sell at the store.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do have not only one store, right?
Correct.
How many do you have?
2. This is our second location.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Vegas? 2 in Vegas or 1 in Vegas and 1 in?
In Hawaii. Our original location is in Hawaii. We've been open out this.
That's why I was confused. Now, you say you're Mexican.
Yes.
Right? But then the Hawaiian culture seems to be a lot of... like really ingrained in you. Why is that?
Yes. I have to talk about this for sure because I would not be here if it wasn't for Hawaii.
Okay.
It's a bit of a long story.
Okay.
But I moved to Hawaii because I got married. I married my husband who's in the military. He was stationed there, and I met him on vacation. I probably won't go into too much detail for this one because it's a crazy story.
And then you met him. Okay.
Yep, and jumped into marriage. And I was in the middle of college.
Okay.
And this was just kind of a side thing at the time. I was going to school for business.
Okay.
Never thought that I would run my own business. Truthfully,
look at you now. Huh?
I would have done entrepreneurship if I would have known I'd be here, but. Luckily, I mean, one thing led to another. I graduated from college and I moved to Hawaii to be with him. And I probably was serving tables for about 6 months before I quit my job and then went full force. Right? Yeah. There was opportunity, there was demand, and I'm someone who doesn't throw opportunities away. And it was scary.
Okay.
Of course, it was scary. But yeah, there was so much support, and I definitely think that if I would have stayed home at the time before I met my husband was Albuquerque, New Mexico, I would not be where I am today.
Okay.
The support was not the same. I had the support, don't get me wrong. I absolutely did from my friends and family, but from strangers who didn't know me.
Is that true that does friend and family actually buy stuff from you more than
strangers maybe?
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes it can be one of challenge for sure.
I'll tell you, like in my 20 years in the business, like I think I maybe have one family member.
Yeah.
Maybe that is true.
It's tough. It definitely is tough. And of course, you want to, take care of your friends and family. Right. And then there's that difficult line of people that you probably don't feel the same, but they feel like there's a relationship there, and it's truthfully, the people who really support you and really want you to succeed, no matter how close you are as friends or even family, will pay full price.
Of course.
And will tip your staff.
Right.
Because they believe in you and they want
to support you. They want you to grow.
Truthfully.
Now, let's go back a little bit to the beginnings, okay? So, first of all, where were you born? Where are you from? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so I was born in Mexico City.
Okay.
I am Mexican, and I moved to the States when I was 3 years old. I moved to L.A.
Nice.
And I grew up in L.A. I grew up in Riverside, California.
Okay.
And I moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico for high school and college.
Okay.
I met my husband in the middle of college. I finished college, and then I moved to Hawaii.
Okay.
I spent the last 7 years in Hawaii.
Okay.
And then my husband relocated to Washington, and now he's living in Spain. So we've been doing the distance since we met.
Yeah.
We've been married for
military.
almost 9
I'm
years.
from military, so I kind of understand the fact that I had to go away for 6 months at a time.
Yeah. And
so it's hard.
We've always been distance, and that's all we've known.
How long have you been married now?
We're going on 9 years
Wow.
now. Yeah, I got married super young.
Yeah, you look young. You look very young.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Really.
If you don't mind me asking, now I know they say that you shouldn't ask them.
No,
How
it's
old are
okay.
you?
I'm 28.
28. Wow.
28.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you own two businesses, 2 stores. Do you travel still a lot back and forth?
Yes. So I reside here more permanently since we opened the business. I moved here in October.
Okay.
But I still try to go back to Hawaii whenever I can. I still have the business there, so I have to go check in over there. And my husband is stationed in Spain, so we've moved all of our belongings there.
Okay.
So I also partially live in Spain whenever I can. The last year, I probably spent about 5-6 months in Spain. This year has been a little bit more challenging with the business, and I don't really know when I'll get a chance to go back, and probably not as much time as I had before. But I'm definitely bouncing around. But I'm here, and I love it. So far, everything's been great.
How long have you been in Vegas?
How long have I been in Vegas? Just since October.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So recent.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So when you decided to move to Vegas, when you decided to open a store in Vegas, is it more, do you think it's more, I know it's a short period of time, but is it more successful here now than Hawaii or?
I'm still figuring that part out.
Okay.
That's not the question I thought you were going to ask.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure because I
what
feel
brought me
that.
here?
Well, no, I figure that in business wise, I figure that. I met you when you're already here, and obviously I've seen your social media because you were here. So I don't know if you had that same traction when you were over there, or did it pick up when you were here?
Okay, I see where you're going. In short, there is a lot more opportunity here.
Okay.
And that's why we came here.
Okay.
We've always known that we were going to come to Vegas.
Okay.
It was just a matter of time.
Okay.
We definitely hit some bumps in the road, and we're super excited to be here. We're still trying to figure things out, but we know for sure that there is so much more opportunity here. When we were doing our research, on a small island, as amazing as the support is, you hit a capacity.
Of course.
Because, we have visitors from all over the world who come to check us out, but here it's a nice central hub.
Yeah.
It's a foodie central here, and there's just an emphasis on so much more opportunity. The population is bigger. There's people from all over the world coming here and looking for those food places to check out. You visit Hawaii and you're looking for beaches and you're looking for different kinds of experiences. Yeah, there's a foodie community, but not as big as it is here.
Yeah.
So we know that there's just so much more potential for us here.
Now, you thought I was going to ask you what brought you to Vegas, and it seemed like there was something there. So why Vegas?
Yes.
I know you talked about the foodie portion, but there was something else.
There's just, that's a common question. That's where I thought you were going towards, and it's something that everybody asked. But the first thing was definitely our support from Hawaiians.
Okay.
It's the 9th island. Everybody from Hawaii comes here, whether they're visiting or they're relocating here, and we knew that we would have their support. And we've actually been having a lot of people who've been asking us to come here and go to other places, of course, but we knew that it would be a good starting point with their support because we started in Hawaii with their support. So that was our starting point for sure.
What did you ever figure that you were going to be either an entrepreneur or own a business of dipped chocolate, strawberries, or apples, or all this? Obviously, I don't think you envisioned that when you were a kid. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Yeah, no, I did not. When I had a lot of different ideas. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
Okay.
I wanted to be a lawyer. Before I actually dived right into this, I wanted to be a flight attendant.
Okay.
Or I wanted to be an expatriate for Disney. I wanted to work with Disney.
Nice.
And one thing led to another. And
what got you into this? Like, what was the first thing you did to say, oh, you know what, maybe I should do it. Maybe I should sell this.
So, funny story. I started dipping strawberries for fun for Valentine's Day when I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
I never thought that I would be selling strawberries until maybe 3 years in. Did it the first Valentine's Day. My friends and family loved it. It became a Valentine's thing to do, just for my friends and family. And then one year I had one of my very good friends, I'll never forget, Margaret, she always told me, you can sell these.
Yeah.
You should figure out how to package them and sell these to people. People will pay for this. And at the time, I was probably still in high school, maybe a freshman in college. And I looked at her and I was like, why? I was so confused. I wish I could go and talk to myself in that very moment, because I asked her, why would anybody buy from me? There's edible arrangements, there's Godiva, Rocky
that was
Mountain.
one of the things I want to ask you. Like, how is it a product that it's known, but you make it so special and so sellable, right?
Yeah. And thankfully, we've always figured out a way to think outside the box, stay innovative, create different products, different flavors, create a relationship with our customers for sure, and have branding. Branding is the biggest thing that has and will continue to set us apart, because there aren't just these big chains that we're familiar with everywhere, Godiva, Edible Arrangements, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, but there are a lot of home-based businesses. When I first started, it was still very small at the time, but now over the years, there are thousands and thousands of people who are doing similar things to what I'm doing, but a lot of them are home-based. And I know a lot of them want to take things to the next level, of course, but branding is what sets us apart. Having a brick and mortar where people can just walk in to purchase, and having a variety of treats. We're always trying to be innovative and trying to switch things up.
Which one would you say is your most popular? I mean, now I know which one it is. But like before, was there another popular?
Yeah, I mean, it varies. It varies. I would say product-wise, our strawberries are our most popular in Hawaii. I think here in Vegas, our apples are more popular. And then we have the flavors for each category that is the most popular. Like our strawberry shortcake is definitely our best seller. Out here, our Mexican candy apple is
I was
going to
ask you. I mean, I figured the Mexican apple would have been. I mean, obviously you got the Dubai apple and the Dubai dip and all that, but I figure maybe the Mexican would be the one.
That one has been a hit. Yes, it's definitely up there. I knew it would be that way, and it's been exciting for me because it's my personal
How'd you come up with
favorite.
it?
I mean, I had those as a kid growing up.
You're always dipping
I
it,
can't
right?
even remember where exactly I first had a Mexican apple, a chamoy apple, but I just remember eating them as a kid. And I tried to experiment with it a few times. It's not easy, I have to say. It's not an easy apple to make. And luckily, we've figured it out, and we've been able to train people to do it because it is one of our most challenging apples. It's the only one that doesn't have any caramel on it. And it doesn't have a stick, so it's no dipping. It's wrapping. It's a lot of molding and shaping, but it is delicious. It's different. And it's got a lot of flavor profiles. So if you like Mexican candy, that's the one.
It's really. So let me ask you, what would you say would be one of your hardest obstacles you've had to encounter?
That's a great question. It's a question that comes up a lot, and it's become a two-part answer. The first biggest challenge that I face is managing a team, being a leader, and separating my emotions when it comes to managing a team, because I am very, very emotionally invested into my business.
Of course, everybody is.
I care a lot, and I'm very emotional.
Everybody should be, I think.
And I care a lot about my team, too. I do also get very emotionally involved with all of my staff, especially the people who have invested so much into the company and who have been with me for years. It becomes even more challenging to separate your emotions.
Well, I do think that with managing a team, you have to have that emotional maturity. Because otherwise you'll be firing people left and right.
Right. And I think that in the shortest way, that has always been a biggest challenge is to separate my emotions and manage a team and be a leader, lead by example, and set the right example for everybody, and just have those difficult conversations when they come up, no matter how challenging they are. But even when there's a difficult situation or a challenge that occurs with somebody, though I have thankfully grown so much to know and understand that no matter how difficult it may be with anything, not just managing employees, but no matter how difficult and challenging a situation may be, there will always be something to learn from it.
Yeah.
There will always be something to take away from it and something to grow from it. And if you experience that again in the future, you might have an idea of how to overcome it. Maybe you didn't overcome it in the best way, and you move forward thinking, okay, I could have done this differently.
Yeah.
So that's something that has helped me move forward.
Okay.
Is that you're always going to learn.
Yeah. And what is the second?
The second part is being on social media.
Okay.
It is my biggest challenge.
Really?
Yeah.
You do not seem like it's challenging.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, and I think that it's something that I hope to one day open up a little bit more about. But yeah, it is not easy, and I know that I make it look easy. I hear that from everybody. I have a lot of social anxiety, and I'm very, very good at faking it or just like smiling and
we
just
have to sometimes.
Like it's so hard. And
do you record your own videos?
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the idea of people knowing who I am and being out in public and recognizing me, and I've gotten better at remembering that somebody could know me, and I think that that's very helpful to be a good person and have good character.
That's good.
Of course, but it's scary. It's scary sometimes to have everybody know who you are, and I'm still very new here.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, it's a little bit different, where I'm more known. It's a small island.
You're used to that.
Yeah,
over there.
I'm used to it.
Yeah,
it is. It's scary though, and when people have something negative to say and letting it go, and trying to
trust me, I get that all the time. But for me, it's content. It's a comment. It helps. And just move on.
Any engagement is good engagement. Yeah. For me, it's a little bit easier said than done.
Any bad press, still good
it's
press.
Still good press. Right.
That's what they say,
And like I said, I'm just very emotionally attached to my business, and I'm just a very emotional person, and things have gotten easier for me, of course, but every once in a while something will send me on a spiral.
Okay.
And it will hold me back from moving forward. It'll hold me back from sharing. Typically, if I'm not sharing as much on social media, I'm in a dark place, and I need space. I need a little bit of privacy, and
we all do.
It takes a lot for me to overcome that, but I'm still trying to figure that part out.
So what advice would you give to young entrepreneurs?
To just go for it. To just go for it. And like one of the biggest things that I just mentioned that I've learned is that, it's scary. It's difficult. It's not easy. In fact, it becomes more challenging before it becomes easier. But to always take something out of any situation, whether it's good or bad, there's something to learn. There's something to grow. There's always going to be moments where you feel like giving up and you feel like you're not enough, you're not worthy, you shouldn't be here. Yeah. And I've had all those moments, but no matter what, you just pick yourself up and you keep moving forward and you keep going. And like now that I'm here, 5 years ago, I wouldn't think that I would be here. I never thought that I'd be here. But now that I'm here, now I'm like, okay, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. So what's next? What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Good question. I hope to for sure open another location. I'm not sure where yet. I would love to open another location in Vegas because our location that we opened here is pretty small. Yeah. We settled on this location because we actually got denied for like 3 other leases, and it's unfortunate because I know our parking situation is a nightmare. We definitely settled, so I would love to give Vegas something bigger and better, but really another location in another state. I do have business partners, and I know that question didn't come up, but I do have business partners who have been very, very helpful. They help me scale the business, and they help me with all of the administrative stuff.
Are they related to you?
No, they're not. They're not. But
how did you find them?
Great question. I met them through a mutual friend when I first started in Hawaii. There was a young girl who reached out to me, and I'll always thank her for this. We didn't have the best relationship in the end, but I can never hate her for introducing me to my business partners. And they are related. It's a couple. They're married.
Okay.
And they have been amazing in every way. I've learned so much.
That's awesome.
And they've believed in me. And I like to say that they do the boring stuff. They do what's great for them.
That's good, though. That's good to have somebody that usually they say the best teams are when you find people that are better at something that you're not.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's probably another piece of advice that I would give to somebody so that you can focus on what you love to do.
Yeah.
Because it does become very challenging, and it's easy when you're doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like work, really. But to have somebody who can help me in that sense and help me figure that part out and teach me so I know what to do is very, very, very helpful. They help me scale the business, and I can focus on what I love to do, which is great. But hopefully we can open another location down the line. My business partners want a franchise.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you 2 more questions. I don't talk a lot. I mean, I do get to talk about politics and stuff like that. But how do you feel, or how do you approach the issue that's going on right now with politics and the Latino community? And is that something like, do you read about it? Do you pay attention to it?
That's another interesting question. I will be fully transparent. Is I am not someone who gets too heavily involved in politics, for sure. I sometimes like to feel that ignorance is bliss. And I try to pick up on what's the most important factors. And it is something that affects me and my family. So when it does, I try to be more involved. I just got my American citizenship only 2 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it was a huge challenge and a huge battle. And I'm still fighting for the rest of my family who's in the same boat. It's a scary thing.
It is.
It's a scary thing. And I think that the biggest reason why I like to think to step aside from it is because I don't know enough. I know what I feel like I feel confident about. And it is a scary, scary thing to experience all of this. And, I grew up with my family training me and teaching me, what to say and how to answer questions if I was ever approached and I was ever in a situation where I might get deported. So to be here now, it's very, very different. And it's scary. It's scary for the rest of my family and everybody else.
Well, thanks for answering that. Thanks for answering that question. Now, let me ask you another question. What would you say would be a book, movie, article that inspires you?
Okay, that is a great question. I love that question. Atomic Habits.
Okay, yeah.
Have you ever? That's a very common book.
Yes.
I feel like that book changed my life.
Okay.
And I hope that other people pick it up because reading it is very easy to understand, and it really changes how you live your life, really, in the smallest way. And for anybody who maybe has never read the book or has heard about the book, it's about building small habits and the little things that you do in your day, whether it's getting up earlier, making your bed, creating a plan. And it's things that don't seem like they make a difference in one day or even 1 week, but you keep doing them. And in in a year, 2 years, 5 years, it makes a huge difference. And it just shapes who you are and who you want to be.
Well, thank you for that. I love that book too. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. So one last message do you want to give, and we'll wrap it up.
I just want to say thank you. I think that's the biggest thing that I always want to say is, oh God, here I am. I'm going to be a crybaby. I can't do this right now.
You deserve it.
I just have to say thank you for anybody who's watching this video, anybody who's taking the time to listen to this podcast. Thank you for taking a chance on me. Even the people who take a chance and are not satisfied enough, thank you for the opportunity to take a chance on me and for believing in me. And anybody who's watching me because they believe in themselves and you want to keep going because you see me doing what I'm doing, I hope that you do amazing things. And that the biggest thing I have to say is it doesn't matter who believes in you. for the longest time, I was waiting for people to believe in me. And it doesn't really matter who believes in you. What matters is that you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, you can't have anybody else believe in you. So start there and believe that you can do anything that you set your mind to, no matter how hard it is.
There you go. Daniela from Dip by D. Now, I'll be honest with you. I love the churro strawberries.
Yes.
I love the Mexican apple. I've tried the Dubai apple.
Okay.
But the strawberries are really good. So, Dip by D, Jones, right? On Jones and Warm Springs. So, visit it. Strawberries, apples. What is this?
That's a Rice Krispie treat.
A Rice Krispie treat. There you go.
Yeah.
So, we'll try it out. And if you have any question, where can they reach you guys at?
Definitely, you can text us, you can email us, you can call us. Calling us is probably the fastest and easiest way to get a response from us, for sure. DM us, anything.
There you go. I'm going to get beating this. We'll see you guys in the next one. Daniela, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alfredo Rosales, we'll see you guys.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.